Hi, I'm Artist, and today we will do a little Q&A section for the new year, why I paint this piece using my favorite brush these days. And this is for the monthly wallpaper club on Ko-fi, by the way. Before actually starting the Q&A section though, I will apologize in advance as I will sound quite nasally for today's video. And this happened because I ate some very insanely delicious chocolate chip ice cream. No regret though. But don't worry though, I didn't get like a fever. I am not tired at all. It's just that my nose is a little bit runny and blocked. So that's why I sound like this. I will try my best to pronounce things clearly, but just in case you couldn't understand something, the subtitles will always have your back. So now with that out of the way, let's start the Q&A. And also before I forget, thank you so much for sending me lots of questions. Even though admittedly I think I was being a little bit too greedy trying to fish for more questions, but still thank you so much though, truly. So the first one is from Indigo. Yeah, how often do you draw from imagination with no references? Also, have you had any kind of formal art training, like whether it was a course or going to an art school? Well, so since I started to focus more on this channel, actually I haven't do a lot of art from imagination. There are a few pieces on this channel that came from my brain, like the transparent hair lady, the scallop mermaid lady, and the Halloween paintings, like both the cats and the eyes. Yeah. Well, actually saying they are purely just from my imagination is a little bit misleading, because while these ideas were my original ideas, but after coming up with them, I usually found a tons of reference images to support those ideas and then made them into paintings. So if we are being super strict in terms of definition, literally not a single reference was used, then maybe I have never painted anything just purely from imagination, As for formal art training, well, I haven't had any. My main learning resource are YouTube videos. They still are, like tutorials and stuff, but I did also learn a lot just by watching other painting process videos as well. And I did consider going to an art university before, but then I realized I enjoy figuring things out on my own a lot more, so in the end I didn't go. And to be honest, in the days and ages, I do think YouTube can be considered as a pretty legit learning resource, because sometimes they are entire proper courses by professionals recorded and posted to YouTube. For example, like this 3 hours head drawing tutorial by News Master Academy, which is really good, by the way, highly recommend. And also, one more good thing about learning art, learning to paint and draw, is just language is actually not that important. Of course, understand English would give you some added benefits, but even if you don't really understand the language, you can just draw along and still somehow get it, So that's why I think being self-taught these days is, not as hard as it used to be. There's just a lot of resources, good, proper resources to learn. So yeah. Anyway, I think I talk a little bit too much about this. Let's move on to the second question. So next, Rina Foros, I think, asked, what drawing tablet do you use? So I use the Gaomon 1060 Pro, which is a pen tablet. And I don't know about other countries, but here in Vietnam, this particular tablet is really popular, especially among beginner digital artists. It is widely available, really affordable, and has pretty decent quality as well. So this is my first ever tablet, and I had mine for more than 3 years, or a little bit longer than that, but it never failed me, and still now in really good shape. And I even dropped the pen once or twice, but it still works just fine, normally. Well, except for the rubber that wraps around the handle part, that one is just gaping open like this, but that's fine, nothing a little bit of tape can't fix. So if you are finding some cheap drawing tablet to start, and this one is available as an option, highly recommend. So next, You Game Shians. Yeah, Yugamsians ask, how do you get inspiration for your art and any tips for improving? So this is about art inspiration. And actually I think there's another question also asking for the same thing. It's by Kusuria. I don't think I'm allowed to say that. Anyway, the question is, what are your inspiration of art and how long did you started seriously practicing art for? So first, for the art inspiration part, for what I mainly do on the channel, like material study and food art and that kind of stuff, this gonna sound really lame, but it's mainly comes from stock photo sites like Pesos and Unsplash. Like I always spend an embarrassing amount of time on there whenever I had an idea for a video or project. Like for this, monthly wallpaper thingy on Ko-fi, which I am currently working on in the background there, I don't know how many hours I have wasted on Pesos and Unsplash trying to find something but couldn't. Give up and then start the whole process over again. And this will repeat even more in the future because, that is something ongoing for the rest of 2026. Anyway, for other more personal stuff though, I get inspirations from all sorts of places. Like sometimes it is a deep sea video, sometimes it is a really good face angle in a photo, and sometimes it's just words. Like for this Halloween one, like the eyes, the inspiration was essentially just saying the apple of my eyes. So, it can be really random and messy. As for tips to improve, I think one of the things you can try is doing study like normal, but changing one small element up, like changing the colors of one object or adding one new thing in. It doesn't have to be big, like just enough to spice the study up a little bit instead of trying to replicate the exact same look as the reference, And that's one small step. Another bigger step is that you can try painting over some existing photos, like similar to this painting where I painted a face in place of the cloud, or this where the boat was replaced by a deity like this. And I think this kind of study method can help a lot with understanding how the lighting works, as you have to find some ways to make the new things fit into the surrounding environment. So very good for the technical skills, I think. Hopefully some of these suggestions sound interesting enough to give it a try. Next is the second part of Kusuria's question. How long did you started seriously practicing art for? And I think this is about 10 years ago. Like I did draw a lot before that, but like actually study, like seriously art study, I think it was about 2015-ish. So that's gonna make it like 11 years. Oh wow. Anyway, the first thing I remembered trying to study was the Andrew Loomis head drawing method. And studying is just a fancier way to say that I just copied the whole tutorial page that I downloaded somewhere from the internet. But that was when I started to actually take art seriously. Next question by Satov. Maybe why you started with the channel and drawing if you haven't talked about it in any video. And also seems like Rina's also made another question with the same topic, which is, what made you want to start drawing and what is your favorite medium? So first, the reason why I started the channel was because I was trying to find some way to make money while making art. Until now, the making money part hasn't been panning out exactly as I wanted, but that's okay, as the channel has given me a chance to build a very lovely community like this, so I am very thankful for that. And I am also actively trying out new things like this monthly wallpaper glove to make this YouTube thing make a little bit more sense financially, so everything is fine. As for starting drawing, it was because I really love reading manga as a child and even now as an adult. So naturally, I wanted to try drawing stuff like what I had been reading, so I just started copying them, like blatantly. And one of the earliest mangas I copied was a title called Shugochara. 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 So it's not Shugochara. The Japanese title was Shugochara. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this one, but it's kind of like magical gun genre, but with an interesting twist. Like lots of people in there can do the sparkling transformation thing, and the series has lots and lots of fun and beautiful costume designs, which I really enjoyed looking at and copying. And anyway, just some really fun core memories there. Next, Rina's also asked about my favorite medium, and if this was past me from 2 years ago, I would definitely answer watercolor in a heartbeat. For anyone who doesn't know, I used to main watercolor. Oh, main is not like a verb. What I wanted to say is my main art medium was watercolor. However, after doing digital art for so long like this, I think the medium has taken up a pretty decently sized chunk of my heart, even though, my heart still yearns for the watercolors. So for now, at least, my answer will be watercolors and digital art. Yeah. The next question is from, Cesar Vinicius. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. Anyway, the question is, do you draw in other styles very so often? And the answer is yes, I do. Even though the main thing I am doing now is like material studies / food art, because I am focusing on trying to grow my channel. But every once in a while, I do things like the transparent hair lady, the eyes for Halloween and stuff. Even though making long form videos about these kinda didn't do a lot for the channel in terms of growth. Well, that is a nice way to put it. A more accurate way would be stunt the growth, but that's fine. I did it then to make me feel validated as an artist. Next is a question from Kalana the Crow. Happy almost New Year. Thanks, Happy New Year to you too. I would be curious to hear more about the drawing / sketching side of your process. How do you visualize it? How did you learn, and how is it different to sketch for painting vs for line art or other types? So for this, I usually start the sketching step by trying to figuring out the placement and the size of things by roughly putting out some big general shapes. And at this point, the shapes usually are very simple, like just big circles or square. But if the object is something a little bit more complicated looking than that, then I will simplify the shape with some straight lines. And then next I compare the rough object in my sketch to the reference to see if there is something off by too much and adjust accordingly. And then stop if this works for a painting, but I will develop the sketch further if the piece involves line art. Because when painting I can adjust a lot of things later down the line, but for line art things can be quite complicated to fix, so I usually want things to be as complete as possible. Yeah. As for how you can visualize and learn, I think, actually it's not how you can, this was me. Anyway, for the visualization and learning, I think spending some good time observing the reference closely before actually drawing is the best method I find. Like looking at it, trying to find the biggest general shapes in there, and if you have trouble visualizing the shapes in your head, I think you can trace directly on top of the reference and then trying to draw similar shapes onto your canvas. And with enough practice, you can easily do those things inside your head. Next is a question from Karani Infinity, which is Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. And since you do a lot of photo studies with your videos, what are your favorite things to study? I would say anything with a shine on it, like jelly, glass, ceramic, candies, and I even find breads with some nice egg wash on them look really appealing. And apart from those, I really like painting things that are put under really strong dramatic lighting, plus point if it is sunlight. Just like this piece I was working on over here. I just love painting these patches of light on the dish so much. Like, it's so freaking fun to paint. Next, main version. Oh my god. Next, main version. I'm really sorry for butchering your name. Well, the question is, what is that one thing you learned this year and want others to understand too? Well, this is something related to my channel, which is that don't be afraid to step back when the thing you are trying to do isn't working. Like, this may sound like a silly thing, but I honestly think that me doing less video than before is some sort of failure. like something that make me feel shame about, because my channel didn't work out the way I wanted it to, you know, like making me some regular money. Stepping back and making less video to me felt like I admitted defeat, admitted that I wasn't good enough, and those thoughts made me really frustrated. And I know this is not true. Like, there are a lot of factors at play when something is successful or not, like a lot more than just personal capability. But it did take me quite a lot of time and thinking and self-persuasion to accept that conclusion. And also, stepping back doesn't mean giving up. Like right now, I still have a lot of video ideas I want to try, and also some projects I want to challenge. All of those will take time, like maybe a lot of time, but one day I will eventually give them a try. And as long as I am able to try, there will still be hope. And I don't know if this sounds pretentious or obvious, or was like both of them, or if this can help anyone, but I really hope it will, like in some way or another, or even if it's just one person out there. I really hope so. Next is from Ehuge. I'm Once again, I am really sorry for butchering your name. Anyway, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. What is your favorite and least favorite art trend you have seen in 2025? And speaking of art trends, all I could really think of right now is the freelance one. So there's not like favorite or not, because this is like all on my brain in terms of art trends. But one of the best things that comes out of the trend is, besides the really wholesome vibe of the whole thing, is that one video that put the freelance drawing sitting at the same table with that one famous drawing of Sasuke from Naruto. And the title was something like The Two Legends or something like that. I don't really know if I could find that video again, but you know, that one is truly like gold. I love it so much. Next, One Winged Hawk, oh, nice name, ask, how does it feel to be Krita's strongest soldier on YouTube? Oh, this one. Oh well, first thing first, I don't think I am worthy of that title. Like, especially when David Revoy still here, you know. His whole channel is truly like a great resource for anyone who wants to learn the program, myself included. But I would like to think that I am dedicated though. Like, I love the program, so I really want to spread the love to more and more people. And I will be very happy if I could accomplish that goal. Next is a question from Kosenji. I'm really sorry for pronounce every name like it's Japanese. Oh my god, I'm really sorry. Anyway, the question is dream projects. For this, I don't know if you guys have seen these watercolor paintings with only blue mushroom yet, but I actually really want to make this concept into a series with different colors mushroom. And I actually have some painting planned out and stuff. And once I get more time on my hands, I will come back and try to do that story. Like, I will, yeah. And the next question is from Strudododos. Happy almost New Year. Happy New Year to you too. My question is, what is your favorite and least favorite colors? So I usually think of colors from two points of view. Like, one is a personal one, and one is from an artist's point of view. Like, how can you utilize colors in paintings or drawings and that kind of stuff. And for the personal one, I really enjoy blue, like all shades of blue. My eye just find this kind of colors really soothing and relaxing, so I really like looking at them. Like, especially like beach photo and that kind of stuff. As from an artist's point of view though, I am confident to say that I think every single color, every shade has their time to shine. Like in digital art, lots of people hate muddy colors, but in my opinion, they are essential to make other more saturated colors stand out. Like, if you want the highlight to pop, you really need to surround it with lots of muddy colors. So yeah, that's what I think about color, which admittedly I feel quite strongly about them, so thanks for hearing me out. Yeah, thanks. Next, OG Revival asks, hi, thank you for taking us along with this journey, and also thank you for sticking around. Will we get more character and landscape paintings next year? And also, do you ever use non-default brushes, especially in Krita? So for next year, I think there will be more character art, as that is something I really want to practice more and get better at for some projects in the far future. However, I don't really know about landscape though. but if I do, I will definitely post about it. As for the brushes in Krita, well, yes, I do use non-default ones. Recently, I have been in love with this, charcoal tail brush from the Charcoal K brush pack. Literally, the last video is all about them. So I think some of you may be a little bit too familiar with them then already, but yeah, I use it a lot, like even right here too. It is just so lovely, Next is a question from Besta Bubble. So, really hope that doesn't sound very offensive. I'm really sorry again. Anyway, hi, meet you with a Pinterest video. Oh, that was a very long time ago. Thank you. Wanted to know if you have any other page or resources that you learned since that video. So yes, I do have some resources, but first I want to do a mini update on Pinterest itself. So if you might or may not know, at the end of last year, Pinterest rolled out a feature that allowed you to filter out AI content, which I did test for a while, and unfortunately I don't think it is the most effective. But to be honest, this is a good step in a good direction, and it did take quite a lot of guesswork when you're looking at pictures on there. Like lots of the time, there will be a little tag that say AI generated content in a corner. Again, it didn't catch all the AI images, but this did make things feel a little bit more comfortable using the site. So, that's good, I guess. As for more resources, I really recommend you looking at museum website. Like, it has a lot of pattern and texture that you can use for free. And actually, I already recommended this site from rawpixel.com, and it compiles lots of free reference you can use in a nice format. Like, you got the public domain, the library of the own site, and also a bunch of museum sites as well. Really convenient, really well organized, and I really highly recommend. And I will put the link down below in the description box. Next, Nikki Spec asks, as an artist, what is your favorite piece and why? So I will assume this is not the favorite art piece that I made myself. So for this, I don't know if I said this yet, but one of my all-time favorite paintings is Tragic Form by Ken Curry. I just find the way he depicted the ray so beautiful. Like, the ray itself, despite being this kind of, frankly quite horrible state, is almost glistening, and I love that kind of effect a lot. And speaking of Ken Curry though, another one that made me feel a lot of way is one of his self-portrait called Unfamiliar Reflection. And I don't really know how to put this into words, but I personally find the way he depicts the subject in his paintings incredibly inspiring. Like, the subject itself may not be something usually considered flattering, but through the lens of his paintings, you couldn't really take your eyes away. Like, there is something there that keeps you staring at them, even though traditionally they are not something considered, appealing. An artist with the ability to create something like that, I think it is something really aspiring to be. And I myself also want to create something like that. One day, someday, I don't know, but I want to. Next, observer asks, love your videos. Thank you so much. What's your social handle, and could you do a Krita tutorial? And for the social handle part, I link all the social medias I use regularly on my channel. And actually, you can find them by going to the description box right now. Press more and scrolling down to the end. I think YouTube automatically put all the social things there in some neat little boxes that you can click and visit. Yeah. As for creating Krita tutorials, I actually have made some, like here they are. But if you have a specific topic you want me to cover, please tell me and I will see if I could make a video about it. And the final question. Well, questions, because there are a lot of questions. Like a lot. Thank you so much though. Let's answer them one by one. So Ricardo asks, what are your plans to 2026? Are you going to post more videos or less? As you mentioned, you did a while ago. So in terms of videos, if nothing changed, I think I will keep posting a long form video every other week, just like how I have been doing now. And then some more shots in the week in between. And other than that, I will also do the monthly wallpaper club on Ko-fi as well. How about the themes? Will you continue the themes of food and materials? Well, for the theme, as I just answered previously, I think this year I want to try to focus more on character art to practice. But I don't know if I will make them into long form videos though, because typically those won't do as good on my channel. But if I do enough of them, I think I will make some sort of compilation videos to put them together though. The next question is, have you done any commissioned work? If so, how was it? And well, in last year, I did do some commissions, like personal ones, and they are mainly designing jewelry pieces for people's OC, like original characters. And I never post this on here, but I have to say that I am very proud of those, like especially this owl crown. But I don't really know if I should receive more commissions this year because, well, this is again something I haven't told you guys yet. Last year I had the chance to work on book covers and the first one just got published, and this is a translated book in Vietnamese by the way, and truthfully I haven't really adapted to this new line of work yet, so I don't know if I could do more commissions this year besides the book cover stuff. Yeah. Next, is there any other artist that you follow and admire that is worth mentioning or recommending? So as I just answered in one of the previous questions, one of the artists I admire the most is Ken Curry. Highly recommend if you like scary stuff. But if you enjoy food art and material paintings, which I think you guys definitely do, an artist called Higure from Twitter is someone I think you definitely should follow. And personally, I also learned a lot from their art. Like, you can totally see the influence of their works on this specific piece I was working on over here, you know. Next, in your opinion, where are your painting skills on a scale from 0 to 10? Where you think you could improve? Well, personally, I would like to rate my ability on different subjects. Like, for example, I am very confident with, painting food and materials, so maybe an 8 or 9 in that aspect. But for faces, maybe a 6. For hand, maybe 7 or 8, and so on and so forth. And I would like to improve on each subject. And this year, again, as I just said, I want to focus more on character art. And finally, is there any painting gadget currently in your wish list? Are you considering any upgrade to your current setup? What is your current setup, by the way? Well, I don't think there is any, especially when I just upgraded by buying a new laptop with better specs and with more RAM too, which was a whole roller coaster by itself, buying RAM in December 2025. Anyway, my current setup is a laptop with a pen tablet and a keyboard. And if anyone is curious about the spec of the laptop itself, I will put that in the description box down below because those can be quite technical and a little bit boring. And actually, I do want to buy a new keyboard, but this doesn't really count as painting gadgets, and also it's more like a novelty than a necessary. So, my answer is still the same. So, wow, I think that was the Q&A section, and the painting was finished too. Let's check out how this one turned out, shall we? Oh boy, what a long video. I definitely was being really gritty with all the questions. Hopefully it was a chill and nice time though. So anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you want to support me with the monthly wallpaper club, you can go to Ko-fi over here. And with that, hope you have a great day/night ahead, and see you later.